So we don't get to talk too much about Disney on this channel anymore because honestly, we just cover so much gaming news. It's pretty wild. But every once in a while, there's something that comes out of Disney that just makes me lose my mind. It really does. And something like this just doesn't make sense to me. And I'm sure there's a lot of normal people out there watching this video who probably feel the same exact way. But apparently, there's a new rumor coming out. And this rumor comes from IGN, of all places. Disney executives have stamped out any alleged gay interpretations from Inside Out 2 after Lightyear's box office failure.
Peter, I need you to hold my ears.
Now, if you guys don't know what Inside Out 2 is, Inside Out 2 is the #1 animated film of all time. Of all time. It is an insane film that did insane numbers, and rightfully so. And also, it just so happens that this animated film was one of the first animated films that had come out at its time that didn't have any kind of messaging in it whatsoever. It didn't have messaging for the left. It didn't have messaging for the right. It didn't have messaging for the center. You know what it was? It was a film that was just for families that said, hey, we want to have a good time. We want to take our kids to something, and we want them to enjoy themselves. Do you have anything for me? And Inside Out 2 was like, yep, this is the film right here. So let's get into this article, guys, from That Park Place. But of course, before we do, if you are new here, just consider hitting that subscribe button. I would greatly appreciate it, and like the video to push us out into that YouTube algorithm. So again, Inside Out 2 did not message to anybody, okay? And that's what made it great, right? Most people don't even realize that we don't ask for people to message to us in specifically. We don't ask anybody to go to the complete other side, right? I'm not asking for everything to go to the right side, and I don't want everything to stay at the left side, right? I just want games, movies, and TV shows that are meant with entertainment at its forefront, right? That's what I want. I want entertainment to be the most important thing when designing whatever the hell people are designing. And then messaging should be at the very last, if it should be in there at all, right? Because we have seen examples of video games do some messaging and still be extremely successful because they focused on the gameplay first. They focused on the story first. They focused on the creativity first. And the messaging came last. And that's what we need to get back to. So it says a new rumor claims that Disney and Pixar executives instructed the Inside Out 2 team to remove any possible gay interpretations from Inside Out 2 after Lightyear's box office failure. A report from IGN's Alex Stedman, which cites multiple anonymous individuals at Disney, claims that Disney executives blamed the failure of Lightyear on its inclusion of a gay kiss. Lightyear only grossed $218.7 million, according to the numbers. The film had an estimated production budget of around $200 million. And of course, that's without marketing. So you guys already know, do the math. And on top of that, the theaters take about a 50% cut. So do the math there. And it's a massive flop, right? And this is the problem. You're going to have shills who are out here who either are so ignorant, they don't understand how the numbers work, or they do understand how the numbers work, and they try to purposely misrepresent it. I've seen so many people on Twitter try to say Lightyear was a success. It made $18 million because the budget was $200 million. That's not how this works. You think they keep all $218 million? Or do you think the movie theaters work for free? You think they work for free? No, bitches. They don't work for free. They take about a half cut from this. So then you take that away, and then you also got to account that this doesn't include marketing. So bump it up by about $100 million at the very least. And now you realize just how much of a failure this movie actually was. And that's why these people will purposely keep misrepresenting the numbers, because when people realize, wow, these things are flopping left and right, then they realize that there's probably a discussion here that needs to be had about why that is, and they don't want to have that discussion. One source told Stedman it is, as far as I know, still a thing where leadership, they'll bring up Lightyear specifically and say, oh, Lightyear was a financial failure because it had a queer kiss in it. That's not the reason for the movie that failed. Despite this source's claims, Disney executives instructed Pixar creatives to make Inside Out 2 less gay. Stedman writes sources describe rumors that there was a special care put into making the relationship between Riley and Val, a supporting character introduced in Inside Out 2, seem as platonic as possible, even requiring edits to the lighting and tone of certain scenes to remove any trace of romantic chemistry. This is where you lose me, right? This is where you lose me. This is where I just, maybe my brain is not as crazy as I thought. But why the fuck are we even remotely concerned over the sexuality of children in a children's movie? I don't understand. Why do I give a fuck if they're gay? Why do I give a fuck if they're straight? Why do I give a fuck about what they're fucking in their bedroom? Because they shouldn't be fucking in their bedroom, right? Like this is what makes me so unbelievably annoyed when I see people try to say that Disney had to give instructions to Pixar to not make it overly sexual. It's like, why is Pixar even making their kids' movies overly sexual in the first place? Why are they struggling with this? Why do they need instructions in order to be able to avoid any sexualization in a children's movie? Why do they need that? I don't understand. They shouldn't need that. It should be it should be adults knowing that they shouldn't be doing this shit in a kids' movie. And yet, here we are, where apparently they need full-on instructions in order to not do something like that. I just will never get it. Why would I look at this character and think, what is this character fucking in their bedroom? Why would I even think that? Why would I look at these characters and think, yeah, who are they fuck? Why would I care? Why would I fucking care? I just don't understand. I will never understand the need. Like, so you mean to tell me there's people out there that look at these three young fucking characters, by the way, young girls, and they think, gee, I wonder if they're banging the same sex. What? What? Why are you looking at this film and even remotely thinking that? Why are you looking for undertones? Why are you looking for connotations about whether or not these two are muff divers? What the fuck? I mean, am I crazy? Am I sincerely crazy? I feel like I'm crazy now at this point. I don't even know. While Disney allegedly provided instructions to remove any gay implications, one source made it clear that Riley is not gay. The source told, why do I care? Like, that's the thing. Why do I fucking care? Why do you care? The source told Stedman, mind you, Riley is not canonically gay. In the film, what you saw, nothing about Riley says that she is gay, but it is kind of inferred based on certain context. And so that is something that they try to play down at multiple points. What do you mean inferred? Like, see, here's the problem. In today's modern day, where people are so obsessed with their sexuality being their identity, it is impossible for two people of the same sex to be friends. It is literally impossible, because to them, if they are friendly, then that must mean they're fucking. That's the only way, right? Like, in their mind, that's the only plausible outcome to that relationship. There's no way they could just truly be friends. There's no way they could be such good friends that they're damn near brother and sister, or brother and brother, or whatever, sister. Like, there's no way that's possible, right? If they're super close like this, considering this is how a psycho thinks, right? They see these two young girls that are about to hug, and they're like, oh, this hug means they're fucking. Like, what the are you serious right now? This should not be a surprise, given Pixar released a short titled Riley's First Date back in 2015, where she goes on a date with a boy named Jordan. Why? Why'd you? Oh my God. I don't care, right? I don't care. And this is creating a society of sexual identity psychopaths, where they think that their sexuality, what they are doing in their bedroom, is their entire personality, their entire persona, and what they need to lead every single conversation with. And if they are unable to do that, then that is a literal attack on their identity. That's how they're taking it, and that's how they're putting it out there. But apparently, by not messaging to anybody, this movie ended up grossing $1.67 billion. So again, guys, it's a prime example of the narrative being false. That, oh, you need to make a film as overly inclusive as possible in order to find the biggest audience, because apparently the film that chose to not, virtue signal to any audience managed to find the biggest audience. And guess what else did that? Black Myth Wukong. So anyway, guys, thank you so much for watching this video. Hope you did enjoy it. If you did, consider leaving me a subscribe. I would greatly appreciate it. Don't forget to like the video, comment, let me know what you thought, and I'll see you guys on the next one. Hypnotic out.